From Jim Woods. I'm shocked that Dionne would blame individualism for poisoning our politics. So the problem is that some of us object to collectivism and tyranny. Really? It has nothing to do with the power lusting of politicians empowered to engage in evil by pragmatism and altruism?
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Mr. Wood. No, I think that the loaded nature of the question is actually very much what I am trying to argue against. I mean, as they would say in a debate, Mr. Wood and I have a fundamental disagreement. I think to use language about our nation's government that implies tyrannical is really a grave mistake about what our government does. Is it tyrannical to provide health care to people who don't have it? Is it tyrannical to give food stamps to kids who are poor? Is it tyrannical to say that people ought to be able to retire? Is it tyrannical to have a public school system? I think some of our pure libertarian friends believe that this is an imposition by government, but I don't believe that. I don't think most of us believe that. And I think that it's this view that the only thing that counts is the size of government. So let me give two examples. Let us think of a country that has a military dictatorship, that has a government that rules out free speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, but spends very little on the welfare state. Almost all its budget goes to its security apparatus and to the military. And then let's imagine another country that has a small military but a very large welfare state that really helps people out when they are sick and when they're unemployed and gives generous retirement pensions, lets students go to college for free, and has full liberty of religion and speech and press. Now, which of those two countries are freer? Country number two, in terms of government share of GDP, has a larger state. I would submit that that is the free country, not the first country that has a military dictatorship that allows us none of our basic freedoms. So I guess I would like to have that argument with Mr. Wood and those who agree with him, because I don't think that is the measure of what makes us a free society. Indeed, I think we are a freer society when we can sort of increase the freedom from want, as Franklin Roosevelt said, or as John Stuart Mill said, when we can give people help toward doing without help, which is why we have programs to help kids go to college, why we have programs for job training, why we need to do a lot better job at some of those things. But bless you for your questions.